something about Mame. Is it about the case?
I don't know. We don't know enough to say for sure.
The prize is Mame, right? If we win, we can ask her directly.
Now I, Gen Ishiagane, will be asking the questions.
Gen next.
Stage 3 is spot the difference.
Huh? But
The challenger will attempt to find the differences from there.
Find the differences.
There are 3 monitors in the room. What is shown on the screen is different from what is actually there. You have to spot these differences. Compare the monitor and the real scene. There are 4 differences.
Okay, we just need to compare things. Doesn't seem too hard.
don't be so sure. There's a ton of stuff to look through. We gotta be careful.
Now we will begin.
The blue figure is split from top to bottom. I think it's symbolizing the case.
Is that a wrench on the screen? How is it related?
There's so much going on. I don't get it. But at least we can say this is another difference.
That is correct, Challenger.
Whoa.
I don't know how to describe it. It's more corpsey?
This magazine was in the studio too. It's in pieces though.
Should we piece it together?
No, I think this is fine as is.
I see. It's a difference.
That is correct, Challenger.
Got another one.
There is a blue figure on the monitor in the same place. How does that relate to the book?
Whoa.
It's blood.
This is creepy. Kizuna! Kizuna! No reaction. She looks different from the monitor. One difference is Kizuna.
That is correct, Challenger.
Kizuna?
She disappeared. Mizuki! Mizuki! She's not moving at all.
No.
We can ignore why she's bloody for now. But in any case, this looks like a difference.
That is correct, Challenger.
Ugh, it hurts!
Mizuki? What's going on?
The Challenger got all the answers correct. Good work.
I am amazing.
Though it's hard to celebrate after seeing that.
Whoa! This again? Oh, we made it back to the studio. Huh? Isn't that...
Oh.
Sheesh. Shouldn't make an old geezer walk so much.
Komeiji.
It's the same as when the body was found, so it probably is.
Well done. Let's check the board. The Challenger is putting up a good fight.
If the game is still going, can the champion continue?
I don't know.
Ryuki!
What was that blood?
This is way too deep.
Good work, Challenger. giving me a run for my money.
Andy's Komeiji. Other than the voice, he seems to be okay.
I see that you're quite capable, so now it's my turn to deliver the quiz. The fourth stage is the ultimate 50-50.
I thought we were competing against him.
Yeah, the way he is now, he obviously can't answer any questions.
The rules are simple. Answer the questions as quickly as possible, on instinct. Challenger, go sit at the deluxe chair over there. There are 10 questions. If you need to use the restroom, do it now.
It's fine. I've never used the bathroom in my life.
What? Do you have an image to maintain? In any case, let's begin. Question. Which would you rather eat? Poo-flavored curry or curry-flavored poo?
That what if question has been around forever. I didn't know there was a correct answer.
Forget about the flavor. At least that one is edible.
The answer is poo-flavored curry.
Guess I was right.
After we're done here, I'll be sure to order you a bowl of poo-flavored curry on Goober Eats.
Would that even be on the menu?
Next question. If you could use a time machine, would you go to the future or the past?
Another question with no right answer? Is this how it's going to be?
That's a hard question. That's an easy one. I want to change my past.
The answer is the past.
I wish I really could go back.
Yeah, I understand.
Next question. Which would you rather have? An ideal job or an ideal lover?
I'm happy to have this job. I can't even think about losing it.
Answer. Ideal job. That was the ideal answer. I'm sure boss would be happy.
Actually, I did kind of consider that.
Next question. Be truthful and be poor, or lie and make money. Which would you choose?
It's hard to live a lie.
So the answer is truthful and poor. Eat the rich. Let's start a red revolution!
What's gotten into you?
Next question. Which is worse to lose, the father or mother?
I don't think there's any good choice here. The mother?
The answer is mother. Why did you choose that?
I felt like it.
Next question. Which would be worse to lose, sight or hearing?
Visual information is important.
The answer is sight. Oh, thanks. Is that your way of saying that I'm important?
Yeah, sure.
Next question. Someone important was hurt in front of you. Do you make the person responsible apologize or get revenge?
No one should strive for revenge.
The answer is apology.
Though I guess the effectiveness of an apology depends on the damage caused.
And that's a good point.
Next question. What would you do if your best friend and your family are about to die, but you could only save one?
I'm not sure. Family?
The answer is family.
I wonder what the point of all these questions is.
I don't know. Only 2 more left.
Next question.
I can never meet my loved one again. If you could just forget sadness, what do you forget? Or remember?
You mean only the sad memory?
I won't forget. I won't allow myself to forget. If I do, I think that all my memories of them would disappear too.
The answer is to not forget. Yeah. Miyuki.
Next question. Which do you choose? Have your biggest secret spilled, or be part of some dangerous plan?
Past versus future. Have your past secret exposed, or your future compromised by some scheme? I'd rather accept problems from my past than ruin my future.
The answer is have my biggest secret spilled.
This question was so vague with secrets and schemes and all. It's hard to answer.
Yeah, it could be anything.
That is it. The challenger answered all questions correctly, 100%. This is what the standings look like. Now I think I completely understand you, challenger.
Huh? What?
Things are getting ominous.
The challenger now has the right to attempt the final stage. There are 4 total questions. If you get them all right, you win.
What is this? Komeji's voice is...
Question 1. What is this space? Correct.
This!
Question 2. What is this? Correct.
What's this question about?
Question 3. Who was enlightened by the nirvanA initiative? Correct.
Mame must have heard about the nirvanA initiative from him.
Final question. I got threatened again. My only option now is... Correct.
What? Why?
I don't get it.
I don't get it either, but... this is probably everything that's happened to Mame.
The challenger wins.
That was it?
What was that?
What the?
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Congratulations to you. Congratulations.
here.
Tama, talk to Mame. Quick!
Amame, tell me, what did Terra say to you?
nirvanA. Collected. Genocide.
What?
What do you mean? Tama, be more specific. Mame must have some kind of critical information.
No, Ryuki, we're out of time!
No!
Let's get out of here!
Mame is still sleeping.
I think we gave her too much. We needed pewter.
Anyway, that's Somnium.
Those final words are thought-provoking.
nirvanA. Collected. Genocide.
Something to do with the nirvanA initiative?
Probably.
Bunch of people who watched it have gone missing.
Rumors say that the missing people are being rounded up in one location. And they're all getting murdered.
So the rumors were true.
Ryuki, you've got a call.
From who?
Pick up and find out.
Aiba?
Quiet. Stop yelling. This is an emergency.
What is it?
Kizuna Chieda. She's gone missing.
What?
No.
Ryuki, you can provide invaluable assistance. Will you look for Kizuna?
Well, yeah. Of course.
Understood. Good luck.
Kizuna.
Missing?
It was her idea to have a video night at the cafe.
Maybe Kizuna saw the video and...
nirvanA. Collected. Genocide.
Ryuki, you look more drained than a bathtub. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Were you able to get some sleep?
No, not really. But it's fine. This is nothing.
If you say so. Sorry, but I really don't have anything useful for you. None of this is adding up. We want to discover Terror's identity, how they chose their victims, why they cut them in half. What is going on inside the head of a serial killer like that? I'd have a better chance of guessing what's going on inside the head of a teenager.
Are you talking about your daughter?
Yeah, she didn't come home last night. I was able to get a hold of her, so I know she's safe, but she worries me. She doesn't even seem to realize it.
Maybe she got that from you.
No, that can't be it. Because she's... adopted. If I knew, I would have told you already. Needless to say, Kizuna's phone isn't any help. We asked her friends too, but none of them know where she is. Kizuna disappeared after watching the video, right? I've heard the stories about people going missing after watching some video. It could mean that she's with the other people that disappeared.
Rumors say that the missing people are being rounded up in one location. And they're all getting murdered.
I think it's safe to say that the QR video has to do with our terror. After all, the QR video that linked there was found on Jin's body. That connects terror to the disappearances.
Meaning, if we find where Kizuna and the others disappeared to, we might be able to find Terror as well.
Well, it was Ricci who first reported her missing. It was late and Kizuna wasn't home yet, so he called the police. He thought she might have been kidnapped for ransom, but that doesn't seem to be the case. So far, it doesn't look like the culprit has tried to contact the family at all. In any case, you have one goal. Find Kizuna, no matter what. Finding her should be a breakthrough in the HB case.
Right, but where do we even look?
We need to turn over every stone.
Ryuki, Tama, good luck.
Roger that.
Let's go.
The police are still investigating.
Komeji's body was found 2 days ago. It hasn't been that long.
Snaky, snaky, sneaky, snaky.
What was that?
I have no idea.
So many questions. Why was Komeji killed? What is Terra thinking? How would we know? But I'm sure that Nai's ideology has to do with the HB case. I'm a veteran detective. My instincts are usually right about stuff like this. Yeah, I heard. The daughter of Ricci Chieda has been kidnapped.
We don't know if it's a kidnapping.
Either way, I can't help you with that. I don't know her and I don't know her whereabouts. Sorry. You should try somewhere else.
Have you seen this girl?
Nah, I haven't. Sorry, I can't be more help.
No leads.
Ryuki, you can't let it get to you. Kizuna is out there somewhere, and she needs our help.
Yeah, you're right. We have to find her. Leon, do you know that Kizuna's gone missing?
Of course I do. I was with her right before she vanished. Kizzy! Kizzy! Where did you go? If only I'd walked her back home. I went everywhere I could think of. I've been looking everywhere. I can't sleep. But I came here with Kizzy once, so I thought, maybe. I left the store with Kizzy just past 9. I wanted to take her home, but she told me she'd just take a taxi. And a couple hours later, around 11, I got a call from Kizzy's dad, Mr. Chieda. Kizuna isn't back yet. Is she with you? When I heard that, my stomach dropped. My mind went blank. My head was spinning. I told him we split up earlier that night and hung up. That's when I started looking for her. I also asked 2 people to help me look. One is my good friend Date. The other is a former coworker, Quartz. I told them the situation. Kizzy is missing. Please, help me find her. Yeah, we watched some trending videos on ViewCube. And there was this one video related to the HB case. I told them we shouldn't watch it. But girls in high school have minds of their own, you know? Damn it. Where did you go, Kizzy? Anyway, I'm not giving up. I'm gonna find her, even if it costs me my life. You guys don't give up either.
We should go. I don't think there are any hints here.
Yeah, you're right.
This is where Chikara's right half was. This location is related to the HB case, so there might be some clues. That's what I was thinking anyway. But...
There's nothing here. Too bad. Let's go somewhere else.
Kizuna. I guess she wouldn't have come here.
Ooh, it's a hottie. A hottie? Wow.
Yellow spotted neck turtles, winning, winning. Cash on me, like I hit the lottery. I'm in a relationship with all my bitches, yeah.
Excuse me. I'm looking for a girl named Kizuna Chieda.
Kizuna?
It's this girl. Have you seen her?
No, I haven't.
Darn.
Shame we didn't get anything useful here. Ryuki.
I know. Let's go somewhere else. Please, tell me what's going on. Do you know this woman?
She was collapsed in a nearby park. She seemed completely out of it. I wanted to call her an ambulance, but she refused. She wouldn't even let me take her to a hospital, so I brought her here.
Are you okay? I'll call an ambulance.
Stop. Don't.
But...
No hospital. Please.
Okay. Fine. I live nearby. Let me take you there.
She said it was her chronic illness acting up.
A chronic illness?
She was born with a weak heart, and she mentioned something else. She said something about coming into contact with strong electricity, and that made her symptoms worse. I have no idea what she meant. She was mumbling to herself. She hasn't come back since last night. She said she was going to look for a friend.
I'm guessing it was Kizuna?
Yes, probably. Is that why you're here?
Yes.
I'm sorry. I have no idea where she could be.
I see.
I'm not sure. I just happened to be walking by. After coming here, she injected herself with some kind of medicine she had. It seemed to have helped a little. She asked if she could rest here a bit. That's the last thing she said before she fell asleep.
She slept with her mask on.
I tried taking it off, but it wouldn't budge. It seems like it's glued on.
There's no response. It's just the corpse.
No, she's not. Her heart rate is normal.
Hold on a second. Can't you see she's sick?
Psych.
There's a throwback. Ryuki, how old are you?
I need to find her.
What?
Where is the execution chamber?
Execution chamber?
What is she talking about? Wait, could she be? No, there's no way. Ryuki, now's not the time to be heading on a cougar.
Right. We need to find Kizuna. Wait, I didn't hit on her.
Let's get going.
No one here.
Yeah.
Anyway, no point in staying here.
Let's get a move on.
Looks like no one is here.
Didn't you see the sign out front?
What sign?
Closed for the day?
I guess that means Ota is out.
Probably.
Where did he go?
I have no idea. Either way, we can't be wasting time here.
Right. We need to find Kizuna. Oh, Ota. There you are. Have you heard?
About Kizuna, right? I've been looking for her since last night. All I can see is blood.
You mean your eyes are bloodshot?
Yes, that's what I meant. But I couldn't find Kizuna anywhere. I hope Kizzy's okay. I need to get back to searching. I talked to all the mermaids. I asked them if they knew where Kizzy went, but I didn't get any answers. None of them knew. I thought that Mame might know where Kizzy is. I tried calling and messaging her on Nile, but I couldn't get a hold of her. So I came here. I thought I could find her here.
Doesn't look like she is, though.
Nope. Anyway, I'm gonna get out there and keep looking.
What about your food?
Ryuki, do you think that little of me? I put my friends above everything else. I can't be wasting time sitting around eating omelet rice.
But you were just eating a second ago.
Anyway, gotta get going. Ryuki, good luck with your search.
There he goes.
Who cares? Anyway, we should go too.
Yeah.
What? Kizzy's gone missing?
You know Kizuna?
Of course I do. She's the best friend of my future wife.
Future wife?
Does he mean Iris? That's pretty delusional.
Anyway, this is a huge deal. We should get the group together and look for her.
Thank you.
Yeah, I got this.
Oh, Kizuna, where have you gone? Oh, Kizuna, please come back safe. I'll do anything for you to come home safely. I'll pay anything. Please, bring her back in one piece. The curfew at our house is 7 p.m. If she has permission, she's allowed to stay out till 9 p.m. That was the case yesterday. She told me she was going to eat dinner with a friend and that she'd be back by 9. But by 10 p.m., she still hadn't returned. I was worried, so I called her again and again. I heard the line ringing, but no answer. After another hour or so, I had an awful feeling. I decided to call all of Kizuna's friends.
How did you know their contact info?
Kizuna's address book was on the family's shared cloud. Anyway, I called and asked where Kizuna was, but none of them knew. And the friend she was eating dinner with said the last time he saw her was 9. There has to be something going on. That's why I called the police. You're Ryuki, right? Of the Metro Police?
Yeah.
Then please, my daughter. Find my daughter no matter what.
We have it under control. Please calm down. I'll find her. I promise you.
Okay. Thank you.
What? Kizuna's missing?
You didn't get a call?
No, nobody told me. Kizuna, why? I understand. I'll help too. I'll look for Kizuna too.
What about your place?
I can't be worrying about that now. Amame's best friend is missing. I need to find her no matter what it takes. I'm gonna get going.
There he goes. The restaurant is empty. Is it okay to just leave it like this?
I checked the register with X-Ray. There's barely any cash in there. Electronic payment is the way to go nowadays.
Is that right?
Anyway, we should...
Get going. Yeah.
I think I see the picture. This Kizuna girl is missing.
I know about you. All about you.
Huh? Did I just say something? I'm sorry, but I don't have any information for you.
Well, can you ask... your balls?
You sure, Ryuki?
Oh, sure thing. Let's get started. Oh, balls, overflowing with wisdom. Who is Ryuki's favorite person? Mama, of course. I mean, Thomas Ball. Balls.
What?
That was a joke, honey.
I was supposed to be funny?
Okay, seriously this time. Oh, magnificent, mighty balls, please find someone for me. Kizuna Chieda. Where is she?
She is beyond my vision. She is being hidden by some unknown power.
Oh, I'm so much more tired than usual. So, how was it? Did that help?
No, not really.
Oh, I'm sorry I couldn't help.
No, you don't have to apologize.
Anyway, we need to find that girl. I'll use my connections to see if I can find any leads.
Thank you. If you find anything, let me know.
You got it.
Hello. Are you a researcher here? I'm Kuruto Ryuki, from the Metropolitan Police Department.
Right, you were here 4 days ago. I remember.
I wanted to ask you some questions.
Momoka, it's okay. I'll clean up the keyboard.
Momoka?
You don't have to think about that. It's irrelevant.
Yes, I know her. She's the daughter of Riichi Chieda, a big stakeholder in this facility. What about her? Oh, that's awful.
Do you happen to know where she is?
I'm sorry, I don't know. I don't know her personally or anything. I already told the other detectives, but we don't have any information that could help the investigation. Well, I doubt this is relevant, but rumors were going around about the director being a bit of a pervert.
A pervert?
Didn't he seem that way to you? He was a very suspicious character.
I agree, 100%.
Do you know of any hidden rooms in this building?
hidden rooms? What do you mean?
Maybe a secret room that no one knows about.
That's quite the paradox. How could I tell you about a room no one knows about? And if it's a secret, I wouldn't be able to simply tell you, would I?
Ryuki, let's hold off on the hidden room.
But if Kizuna was in there...
True, we can't say for sure that she isn't there. But we're taking a lot of time looking for some hidden room that might not even exist. We should focus our attention somewhere else, at least for now.
Yeah, okay.
Schedule management is really tough, but outside of some dire circumstance, we can't stop our research.
Isn't Mr. Horodori getting killed a dire circumstance?
Well, no, not to our investors. They're the ones paying for all this research.
No one here.
Looks like it.
Ryuki, why did we come here?
Kizuna's disappearance is related to the video. That video was based on Bats 490, created by Nyes. So I thought we might find a hint here. Look!
It's Tokiko's hologram.
But why did it suddenly appear?
It must play automatically when it detects a visitor.
Welcome. I apologize, but I am currently unavailable. In my absence, would you like to hear me speak about one of these 3 themes? Chakra, Mandela effect, birthday. Please select one. Upon selection, I will elucidate the theme. Chakra is a concept from Hinduism and esoteric Buddhism. They are points in the body where energy flows in and out. But the energy we are most concerned with is information energy. In other words, data itself. Imagine the concept thusly. Our bodies, which are mere images, input and output data in the form of chakra. There are 7 chakras along the center of the body. Counting from the bottom, the first is located at the base of the spine, or perineum. The second, the sacral chakra, is just below the belly button. The third is located on the solar plexus. The fourth in the center of the chest. 5, 6, and 7 are on the throat, between the brows, and on top of the head, respectively. Imagine a hypothetical situation in which a body is bisected down the middle. What will happen to the chakras? Chakras are points. By definition, a point cannot be reduced further. It cannot be severed from itself. So the chakras will remain, tethered between the left and right sides of the body. Like a string. A very strong string that cannot be cut, no matter how far apart the 2 sides drift. This will be a lengthy explanation, if that is quite all right with you. Let me begin. I will ask a few questions. When President Kennedy was assassinated, was he in a 4-seater car? King Tut's golden mask, was it just a cobra perched on the forehead? Do you remember learning in school that the solar system is located on the edge of the galaxy? Did you learn that the heart is located on the left side of the chest? On passenger planes, are the engines completely tucked beneath the wings? On Shakespeare's portrait, he wasn't wearing earrings, was he? Do you remember a certain human-cyborg relations robot character from a famous space opera being gold all over? These are all false, untrue. Kennedy was in a 6-seater. There is a vulture along with a cobra on the golden mask. Our solar system is not at the edge of the Milky Way, but nestled within it. Our hearts are nearer to the center of our chests. Passenger plane engines are often installed in front of, not entirely underneath, the wings. Shakespeare has an earring. The golden robot's lower right leg is actually silver. These inconsistencies in memory and misremembered facts are known as the Mandela effect. South Africa's former president, Nelson Mandela, passed away in 2013. But many people claim to remember that he died in the 1980s. This was how the name Mandela effect came to be. But why do these inconsistencies occur? Or more intriguingly, are they really false memories? Is it possible memory is more correct than history? This world is only a simulation, and that fact makes such a thing possible. This is what we, NICE, believe. The Mandela effect is an example of the seams that appear when the world is updated. In other words, bugs. The creator had to add these changes for some reason. But this caused inconsistencies between memories and actual history. This is how we explain the discrepancy. And lastly, where is the Statue of Liberty located? Liberty Island or Ellis Island? In this world, it is Ellis Island. There is no Liberty Island in New York Bay. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday, dear Tokiko. Happy birthday to me.
Why did she start singing?
Oh, right. It's Tokiko's birthday today.
Still.
Allow me to tell you something important, though you may already know. Kizuna has been taken by terror.
Ryuki, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Don't worry about it. I just got a little dizzy. Anyway, we need to find Kizuna.